I'm Grace McKenna in for Brooke Hash here this afternoon. We've got meteorologist Matt Breland with us as well. And Matt, we're starting with you because it's an impact alert day. It is just plain hot outside.
Yeah, there's no better way to put it. It is dangerously hot for our afternoon, and as we go later on into the day, we're going to stay under this heat advisory until 8 p.m. and that's because we are still expecting these temperatures to feel like the triple digits throughout the course of our afternoon hours. So we're continuing to stay under this hot weather pattern. You'll notice in our skies across downtown Louisville a few small spotty clouds here and there that may give a few brief patches of shade for a few of you, but otherwise temperatures already at 89 degrees. Already feels like 100 for us just as the afternoon getting started here. Winds are out of the west around 10 miles per hour, but this heat is going to be around all throughout the afternoon time. Definitely a day that you want to enjoy indoors with the AC going because these temperatures are already in the upper 80s across most of Kentuckiana, already 90 for you folks there in Springfield. In just a few moments, we'll start those 90s popping up all over Kentuckiana. Currently feeling like already the triple digits in Louisville, feeling like 100, feels like 103 in Scottsburg, feels like 104, Jasper, 103 in Shepherdsville. So even though the temperatures may be in the upper 80s, it's feeling like the 90s and the 100s for us this afternoon. So definitely a hot start to our Thursday. You'll notice on satellite and radar, we are seeing a very narrow band of showers starting to develop just into southern Indiana. Some of those will be arriving closer towards you guys near Jasper and Bedford, bringing in some momentary relief. We may see a few of those small showers develop towards our direction just into the later afternoon hours. We're going to have a full breakdown all about those details coming up here in just a few short minutes. Grace?
Matt, thank you. In your news at noon, LMPD says around 10:30 last night, officers responded to a call about a vehicle that had struck a tree on Churchman Avenue and Cayuga Street. Police say it caught fire, killing a person inside. LMPD is still investigating the cause. And a local family is suing the Louisville jail, saying officers didn't do enough to save their son's life in 2024. Richard Grant was being held in Metro Corrections in May of that year when he died from a drug overdose. The jail's internal investigation says officers missed 2 opportunities to save his life when conducting cell checks that were not thorough enough. John Little, an attorney for the family, says understaffing and overcrowding of the jail contributed to Graham's death.
Maybe if there weren't so many people there that day and every day for things that they don't need to be, then the staff could give the appropriate attention to each person, right, that they should be given.
Jail officials told us they don't comment on pending litigation. Director Collins has previously said, though, data shows overdose deaths in the jail are going down. The family of Tommy Ballard is increasing the reward in his unsolved death. Ballard was shot 16 months after his daughter, Crystal Rogers, was first reported missing. To this day, there have been no arrests in his case. Ballard led the charge in the early days of the search for Crystal, and his brother says that could be the very reason someone wanted him gone. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg reports.
Well, it didn't seem real. And it was cold. It was 20 degrees or less and the wind was blowing, and to see Tommy laying down here, and he was in that field for so long.
Mike Ballard says his brother Tommy Ballard was in a relentless pursuit to find his missing daughter, Crystal Rogers.
He never gave up.
Until he took his final breath on November 19, 2016, shot dead on a hunting trip on his very own property in Bardstown, just over 1 year after Rogers was killed. A day forever etched into his brother Mike Ballard's memory.
Whatever he done, he gave it 100%. And he put that dedication into finding his daughter. Of course, that didn't happen. And I think that's why Tommy's not here today. I think he was getting too close.
You think Brooks Houck is responsible for Tommy's murder?
I think he's definitely part of it, 100%.
Mike was there every day, watching the trial of Crystal's ex-boyfriend Brooks Houck and accomplice Joseph Lawson. After the 2 men were found guilty, even seen here hugging Nelson County Sheriff Raymond Pinaroa. Mike hanging on every word of prosecutor Shane Young.
The 2 weeks of the trial, I just didn't know. You know, it's just your emotions are here, they're there, you just don't know. But for me, when Shane Young did his closing arguments, I looked at my wife and daughter. And I said, they're going to prison.
He has a quick answer about what he would tell Tommy.
What would you say to him?
I'd say we got him.
Developments in Tommy's case have been minimal. But one bombshell came out in October 2023. Special prosecutor Shane Young believes authorities have the gun that killed Tommy, allegedly purchased by Nick Houck, who sold the gun to police using a fake name.
If Nick Houck killed my brother, then I hope that is the gun he used, and I hope he goes to prison too.
Nick Houck has long been called an unindicted co-conspirator, but he's never been charged or arrested. The Ballard family has now increased the reward for information leading to an arrest in Tommy Ballard's case from $20,000 to $50,000. The money is only sourced from Ballard family members. They say they're not accepting any money from the public at this time. Take a look at this video now. Metro Parks says Thurman Hutchins Park was hit by vandalism over the weekend. This footage shows the tire tracks, someone appearing to have done donuts, tearing through one of the public fields and causing what Metro Parks says is thousands of dollars in damage. LMPD asks anyone with information to call the tip line at 574-LMPD. The emergency services company once run by former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll has filed for bankruptcy. The Utica Township Volunteer Firefighter Association, also known as New Chapel EMS, released a letter yesterday saying the damage Knoll caused was too great to come back from. Knoll operated the company for years until he was forced out in January of 2024 after his arrest. Knoll later admitted to spending more than $3 million on himself, his family, and friends using New Chapel credit cards. Spokesman S. Coy Travis said New Chapel will use bankruptcy protection to reorganize and allow the company to operate in an efficient and effective manner. And so big news here this afternoon. A big change is coming to the 152nd running of the Kentucky Oaks. Churchill Downs announcing today the Oaks will air during prime time at 8 p.m. on NBC and Peacock. Officials say the Oaks will be the last race of the day, with first post at 12:30. Churchill also confirmed there are no plans to move the 152nd Kentucky Derby to a later time. In other news this morning, Mayor Craig Greenberg is reporting house fires in some parts of Louisville are down 63%. Louisville Fire is crediting a pilot program to secure rented homes at West Louisville and make them safer. City officials partnered with LFD and Codes and Regulations to make a simple but substantial change in how vacant homes are boarded up, trading plywood for see-through plastic like you see on your screen. Russell neighborhood leader Jackie Floyd said it's been effective in preventing both vacant home fires and break-ins.
It's hard. It'd be difficult for somebody to really just try to shatter this or break in. And they're not trying to intentionally set the place on fire. They're just trying to keep warm. But fire can spread if you're not careful. And then, it spreads to the next house.
In the first year, the city says it's reduced vacant house break-ins in the Portland and Russell neighborhoods by more than 20. And we're told the number of homes that have been broken into multiple times has gone from 17 to 0. After first being delayed, crews are now set to start repairing parts of Hospital Curve on Friday. KYTC will be closing the left 3 lanes on the Kennedy Bridge to limit access to I-65. That closure is Friday night at 8 p.m. through Monday at 5 a.m. Crews are doing a full replacement of the expansion joints, which will hopefully help with potholes. While the lanes are closed, KYTC is also putting down an epoxy surface with the goal of improving pavement friction in an area where we've recently seen multiple semi-crashes.